What's up, guys? Michael Edward here, head trader at True Trading Group. Don't mind me. I was doing my live stream, little intro music dance. Today's a good day. Big wins today. GTEC. Boom. Boom. Congratulations, guys. Everybody that capitalized on GTEC today. Not one, but two home run trades on GTEC today. One for a 33% gain, another for a 30% gain. It was an absolute thing of beauty. Feels like small caps are waking up a little bit here, guys. Seriously, in the last couple of days, between stocks like GTEC, you had MEDS today with an afternoon pop. It ended up actually later on just completely falling apart, but you had a little decent pop there at MEDS. You had a decent move on WISA. Between everything that you're seeing in APVO, APVO came back to life today. That stock made like a 40% run today. Starting to see some of these small caps start to wake themselves up, okay, which is a fantastic thing. Right, small caps kind of cooled off a little bit for 1 or 2 weeks. Things were a little bit less follow through, a little bit less momentum, but you're starting to see some really good moves start to come back into the small cap sector, and that bodes very well for us. Okay. I've been kind of going back and forth between like small cap focus and then like overall market focus. I've went after a couple large caps a couple of days last week and this week, looking at the SPY and everything. It's obviously a huge day yesterday in the SPY. Came into the markets today, and I just told everybody today in chat, I wasn't even looking at the overall markets today. I wasn't even looking at the SPY after the huge volatile day we had yesterday, the gap up to all-time highs, the major sell-off. Today, sitting at a major support level on the SPY in the low 350s. I said, I think we're just going to bounce around today on the SPY. I'm not looking for a directional move in the overall markets, and that was the right call. That was the right call. The SPY basically did this all day long today. No real direction either way or the other. I will talk to you guys a little bit about what I expect the SPY to do now moving forward after we had that gap and crap day yesterday to all-time highs. Kind of a failed breakout day yesterday. Some technical damage a little bit. It's funny to have like technical damage done on a day that you make new all-time highs, but there is some technical features of the charts that kind of broke down a little bit with yesterday's move. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about that here today and what I expect the market to do. But the main focus today, guys, is GTEC. Today it was Oprah today. Do you guys see my thumbnail? Come on, that's the good one. That's a good thumbnail. Come on, right? It's a good thumbnail. I laughed when I made it. Literally, I laughed out loud as I was making that thumbnail because today was the day of 30 percenters. Today was the day of 30 percenters between myself and Jason Spatafora, the Wolf, one of our other moderators who I'll bring in here later on the live stream to go over his trade recap as well. He pulled out like a 33% gain on an X, ticker symbol X, that's US Steel, on an option trade that he did, a call option on US Steel, 33% gain. And then I had a 30% gain and a 33% gain on GTEC. I traded GTEC 3 times today, 2 home runs, 1 and 1 loss. Okay. And we're going to recap all those trades on GTEC. I'm going to break down for you guys the technical analysis on what I saw with those patterns, so you guys can be able to identify those same setups when you see them tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I'm going to break down those setups for you guys and show you what it was that I saw that made me go after GTEC when I did, take profits when I did, and we absolutely crushed that thing. Absolutely crushed it. All right. So again, guys, congratulations to everyone that capitalized on that GTEC trade today. We got a lot of THD members that had some banner days today. We got a lot of goals were crossed off the list today. I had a lot of members sending me messages that had their biggest days ever. Some members told me that they had their biggest single trade ever thanks to that GTEC. A bunch of members that ended up trading GTC with me, and they also traded X US Steel with the Wolf, and they just had their biggest days ever between 3 different trades, giving you over a 30% gain. I mean, kind of tough to not have one of your best days ever when those are the type of trades that you're knocking out during the day. So congratulations, those of you that had your biggest days ever. We're going to talk all about it here right now on the True Trading Group live stream. For those of you that are brand new, my name is Michael Edward. I am the head trader at True Trading Group. I began my trading career working for a hedge fund on Wall Street. We managed just under $500 million. I went through a 3-month educational training program. I've simplified that education. That is what I provide to you in free content on this YouTube channel, but it is a fraction. It is a tip of the iceberg of what you guys actually get when I break down that education. I provide you with a full course curriculum. That is what makes up True Trading Group, one of the fastest growing online educational trading platforms that teaches the everyday person how to become a consistently profitable trader. No gimmicks, no special secrets, just hardcore professional education. All right. We are streaming live right now across 4 different social media channels: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Welcome everyone joining us across those different channels. If you are brand new, first thing you want to do, subscribe to the channel. All right. I'm always doing live streams. I'm always answering questions. I am always providing you guys with trade recaps, trade ideas, technical lessons, mental lessons. I'm always providing you guys with some free content on here. So you want to make sure you never miss these. So turn on that notification bell. All right. Click that share button. Share this live across your own social media channels. Let's get as many traders on here as we can so we can help as many traders as we can. And of course, if you have not done so already, smash that like button, guys. All right. My TGD fam, we are all in full effect here today. I see I've got a lot of my TGD faithful. I see James Earl Scones, Mastro Cam, Mr. Roboto, Johnny B, Erickson, Talon, Curtis, Rui. What's up, everybody? Casey Hope is in the house. Sean Miller, my boy. Harina, how are you? East Florida Fishing's back. Haven't seen you in a while, brother. Hope all is well. David Padilla, my boy. Ted Burns, what's good, man? Paul Stom. Hey, Ted Burns, how about the NFC East? We're killing it, huh? Sky King, what's good? Janet Miller, how are you? Stephen R. Bird, Lady Bird, Rob Zilla, the Stock Killer, JD Seafood, my man's in the house. Angel Torres, what's good, bro? Raphael, oh man, we are packed house tonight, guys. Woo! So many. I can't even keep up. I can't even keep up with everybody. All right, I can't even keep up with everybody. I really can't. I can't even keep up. There's so many. You guys are just typing away so fast. I couldn't even keep up with all the names. But what's up, guys? Buy high, sell low. I see we still haven't changed that username, man. We got to change that username. Jamie, Renzo Lopez, Kevin Bernhardt. What's up, guys? Mo Fitness. What's good, man? Guys, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me here tonight. We're going to start off this live stream same way we start off every single live stream. You guys know it. That is with an open floor blanket Q&A. I'm going to spend some time. We're going to give time for people to log on. Nah, Victor, I see you, man. I didn't forget about you. I just didn't see you. I see you. Nice. Christina Chong says another amazing green day. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Woo! Yeah, boy. GTM 104. Boom. GTM 104 says, guys, I just joined last week on Thursday. So not even a full week in chat. You've been in chat for 3 days. Okay, and has already paid for their membership with today's trading alone. A 1-year membership paid off in 3 days. GTM 104, congratulations. This is just the beginning. Paul Singleton, $768 today. Nicely done. Greg Vermeulen, 8 out of 9 green days. Chance Vega, 7 green days in a row. Woo! Oh, I love it. Christina Chong says, I made my lifetime membership in 2 days. What? Glenny trades 8 green days in a row. Oh, you guys are killing it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. You guys are killing it. Oh, I'm so damn proud of you guys. I'm so damn proud of you guys. Guys, so here we go. All right. We're going to start off this live stream. Same way we start off every live stream. That is with a blanket open floor Q&A. Guys, fire away. I'm going to give some time for people to log on to the live. Okay. William Robson, $3,100 day today. My man. Yes. SPC Rob joined 5 days ago and has already made 25% on their account. Oh my God. John Colvin, $3,300 today. I love it. Yu Kang, $1,200 today. Reggie, 10% increase on his account today. Oh my God. Mitch is up 36,000 since August 23rd. Guys, I'm sorry. I can't help but when you guys, I get so excited for you guys. I really do, man. I really get so excited when you guys do well. I can't even look. I look at all these messages. I can't. I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to get to some of the questions and everything, but I got to tell you guys, man, I'm super proud of you all. I really am, guys. I'm so proud of my TGD fam. I really am. I'm so proud of you guys to see all the success you guys are having. It really makes me proud. So, guys, go ahead. Let's fire away. All right, let's fire away. I love you guys too, man. I love you guys too. I love you guys too. I love you guys too, man. I really do. All right, I really do. Reggie, first question. Reggie, what's up, my man? Says, how do you find stocks the night before? Okay, so Reggie, I don't find any small caps the night before. Okay, very rarely will I do any type of research on small caps the night before, unless it's a stock that's already on my watch list, like AHT. Guys, AHT, you got to watch this one tomorrow. Okay, you got to watch this one tomorrow. All right, you got to watch AHT tomorrow. The stock actually held up pretty well today. Actually gave you a little uptrend after that morning sell-off, and the stock did not just die out later in the afternoon. It actually kept pushing higher. You got to keep AHT on watch. Like some of these stocks is like I'll have like AHT is on my watch list. Okay, for tomorrow. APVO is also on my watch list for tomorrow. These are two stocks I'm going to be really focusing on tomorrow morning to see what they're doing pre-market, if they're giving me gap ups. But if AHT, okay, gaps up tomorrow to, let's say, 450, 460, you got to watch that thing for a potential squeeze. But that's about as far, like, as, that's about as far as my research goes the night before for small caps, because the majority of the time, guys, small caps, it's like you don't realize which stocks are in play until the morning, because the small caps, once they come out with a press release and they have a small float, then the stock gaps up. So you don't even know the stock is in play earlier the night before. So you really can't really develop your small cap watch list in the morning. Now, my large cap watch list, that I will do the night before. We'll take a look at my large caps. I'll see what stocks were in play. Some stocks that have been in play lately. Zoom Video, Beyond Meat. Okay, these are stocks that have all been in play lately. The stay-at-home economy stocks have really been pulling in. That rotation trade continues. You saw that again today. You show that rotation trade again today with all the stay-at-home economy stocks selling off. The NASDAQ being a laggard yet here again, while the Dow and the S&P has overperformed. And so has the Russell. The Russell has actually outperformed the NASDAQ as well. Okay. So I will do some research the night before on large caps, but generally when it comes to small caps, that's really the day of. Daniel Manahan, that's a good question. Daniel says, is anybody going to short NIO into LI and XPEV earnings sympathy? Listen, I think that there's a much greater chance of those EV stocks selling off after earnings, even if the earnings are good. The stocks have just made such a huge, massive run in the last couple of weeks. And NIO in the last couple of months, really, that stock's been absolutely on fire. So I think you're going to have a buy the rumor, sell the news type of trade on all these stocks anyway. Just so you know, like, I'll give you my opinion on it, Daniel, but just so you guys know, like, I don't trade stocks going into earnings. Like, I don't position myself ahead of the earnings announcement. I like to wait for the earnings announcement, and then I'll position myself for the trade afterwards, just because I don't like trading earnings, because I've gotten really hurt trading earnings in the past. My biggest losing trade ever in my career is actually what was actually on had to do with an earnings play. And I just don't trade them anymore, because it's a coin flip. You have no idea if a company is going to report good earnings, bad earnings, if they're going to guide lower, if they're going to guide higher. I just feel like, for me as a trader, my advantage is my technical analysis, my risk management, like all of those things that give me an advantage in the stock market. When I'm trading earnings, I remove my advantage and it becomes a coin flip. So I just realized that for me personally, I don't trade earnings. I'm not saying you guys can't. Some people like trading earnings. Me personally, I don't. So, getting short NIO, Daniel, like going into LI or XPEV earnings, not a trade that I'm going to make. But if you ask me, what are my thoughts on those stocks pulling in after earnings, I think much higher chance they pull in than they continue to run higher. I think you're going to have a buy the rumor, sell the news type of trade on those. Ray Alvin Yemenez says, can you talk about position sizing, risk management to be profitable? Yeah, sure. So in order to talk about position sizing and proper risk management, we have to talk about one thing first. If you guys have followed my channel now for a while, you already know exactly what I'm going to say because I'm a huge stickler on this. I talk about this a lot to traders because a lot of traders do this wrong. So if you guys listen up, because I guarantee you probably 90% of you on here probably do this wrong. I know my TGD fam, you guys don't do it wrong because I know I drill it into your head. I drill it into your skull. But let's see, 1 second. All right. So like I was saying, when it comes to position size and risk management, you guys have to first figure out what is the dollar amount that you're comfortable risking per trade. Okay, you have to figure out what is a dollar amount you're comfortable risking per trade. Every trader has to have a number, and whatever that number is, you've got to stick to that risk on every single trade. Okay, so for everybody, your risk and your the dollar risk per trade, it's going to be different. Okay, it doesn't matter what anybody else's is; it matters what yours is. Maybe you're comfortable risking $100 per trade, 200, 300, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, right? How much are you willing to risk per trade? That's what you first have to figure out. Now, let's say you say, okay, you're willing to risk $500 per trade. That's your risk tolerance. You need to now position size yourself in every single trade so that if you are wrong and if you get stopped out, you will lose $500. I guarantee you, all of you that are on this live stream right now that are not true trading group members are probably doing this wrong. What you are all probably doing is you're saying, well, I trade with $2,000 position size, and every single trade you make, you buy $2,000 worth of stock, and your losses are all over the place. Sometimes you lose $100, sometimes you lose $200, sometimes you lose $30, sometimes you lose $300, sometimes you lose $175, sometimes you lose $230. Your losses are all over the place because every single trade has completely different risk. And the other thing is, if you're not doing it that way, then the other way that you're doing it is you're saying, okay, I trade with $2,000 position size. You buy $2,000 worth of stock, and you say, I only want to risk $100 per trade. So you buy stock and you set your stop loss at 5%. Regardless of what the stock is doing, regardless of the chart pattern, you just go, I'm going to buy the stock. I'm going to risk 5%. How many of you do that? How many of you just randomly pick an arbitrary made up percentage that somebody told you before that you should buy a stock and risk 3%? You should buy a stock and risk 5%. How many people have told you that? How many people do that here on this live? It's wrong. That is not the way to manage risk. That is not the way to properly position size yourself. The proper way to position size yourself and manage risk is to say, what is the dollar amount you're comfortable risking? Then, where does your stop loss need to be based on the chart pattern? Not where does your stop loss go just because that's where you want it to go, because you only want to risk 5%. So you're going to buy stock at whatever price and you're just going to, whatever 5% is, that's your stop loss. Well, what happens if 5% down from your entry price is still right into the thick teeth of the support level? You're going to stop out right in front of the support level? Great. I'll buy your shares gladly at the support level. Then the stock's going to rally higher and you're going to be like, I always get stopped out and the stock goes higher without me. It must be those evil market makers that purposely stop me out just to piss me off in my 1,000 shares and see the stock rally without me. It's a conspiracy against my stop loss with these market makers that hunt for my stop loss. That's what you guys are saying to yourselves right now. If you do this the wrong way, that's what's happening to you because you're doing it completely the wrong way. You need to say to yourself, okay, here's a chart pattern. There's support at $5. I'm going to buy the stock at $5.15, $5.25, $5.40. Does not matter where you buy that stock. If the support level is $5, let's say for argument's sake, you set your stop loss at, I don't know, 488, below the support level. Whether you buy the stock at 510, 520, or 530, your stop loss is still below $5 because that's where it needs to be based on the chart pattern. What good is it to buy the stock at 530, put your stop loss at 510 if the support level is 5? The stock's going to come down. It's going to go to 510. It's going to stop you out. $5 is going to hold because that's the support level, and the stock's going to go higher without you. So you need to say to yourself, what's a dollar amount I'm comfortable risking per trade? So now let's say you buy the stock at 510. Your stop loss is 485, and you say, I'm comfortable risking $500. You calculate what's your position size, how many shares do you need to buy at 510, so that if you get stopped out at 488 or whatever the price was that I said the stop loss was at, you lose $500. Perfect. That's your position size. Then let's say you buy the stock at 520. Your stop loss is still in the same place. So now if the stop loss is 488, now you're buying the stock at 520 instead of 510, your stop loss is still 488. Now you say, okay, how many shares do you need to buy at 520? So if you get stopped out at 48, you lose $500. Let's say you buy the stock at 535. If the support level is $5, guess what, folks? Your stop loss still is 48. But your position size is now lower because now how many shares you have to buy at 535? You get stopped out at 488, you're losing $500. That's the proper way to position size yourself. Everybody does this wrong. Everybody does this wrong. They have absolutely no idea how to manage risk. They just say, oh, I trade with $5,000 size. This, I know when people always do this wrong because people say to me, they're like, Mike, what's your average size? What? My average size, guys, I could have a trade. In one trade, I can have a position size of $10,000. In another trade, I can have a position size of $500,000. And I can still risk the exact same amount of money. Case in point, I may trade, let's say, for example, a same-day SPY put option, right? That trade may carry 50% risk on that trade because of how volatile that same-day expiration option is. Well, if I said I want to risk $5,000 per trade, if I'm risking 50%, 40 to 50% on that trade, I can only put $10,000 into that trade. So now there's an example. I'll put $10,000 into a same-day SPY expiration. If I get stopped out, I'm losing 40 to 50% on that trade because of how volatile that trade is. I'll lose around $5,000 right at my risk tolerance. Now, another example. Let's say I'm trading a small cap, some $5 stock. It's whipping around like crazy. It's moving 50 cents at a time, and I buy the stock at $5, and I say my stop loss is 450. Okay, if that's the case, if I want to risk $5,000, right? If I buy the stock at 5, my stop loss is 450. How many shares am I buying? 10,000. 10,000 times 5 is what? $50,000. So now that's a $50,000 position size. If I get stopped out at 450, I lose $5,000. So now I just gave you two examples with a $10,000 and a $50,000 position size. Still, my risk is still the same. My position size is totally different, but my risk is the same. Now, let's say I go after and I trade Apple. Okay. Let's say I trade Apple. Okay. And my stop loss, is, let's say Apple's $100 a share. I know it's higher than that now, but for easy math, let's say it's $100 per share, right? If Apple's $100 per share and my stop loss is $99, I'm risking $1 per share. So if I want to risk $5,000 on that trade, how many shares am I buying at $100? 5,000. So if I get stopped out at 99, I lose $5,000. But what position size is that? What's 5,000 shares times 100? Folks, that's $500,000 in position size. So I just gave you now 3 trade examples where I can have a $10,000, $50,000 and $500,000 position size, and my risk is exactly the same. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you properly position size yourself and how you properly manage risk. Okay? That makes sense? I hope so. Take notes, guys. I'm being dead serious, because if you do this wrong, I promise you, I'm being dead serious. I promise you, if you do this wrong, you will never be profitable. I promise you. If you cannot maintain consistency in your losing trades, you will never be profitable. Okay? You have to maintain consistency in your losing trades. This is how you do it. So go back, rewatch this part, take notes, and ingrain it into your head. That's the proper way to do it. Okay? Next question. Jake Avers says, what news sources do you pay attention to? Well, Jake, we actually have included in your membership, in our chat room, we have a live Benzinga Pro newsfeed. So in our chat room, we get up to the second breaking news alerts when they come across the wire. So we don't need to go and look at some other, we don't need to look for news sources anywhere. We pull directly from the Benzinga Live Pro newsfeed. Massimo says, Mike, what do you think of Virgin Galactica? Would people really pay $250,000 per flight to go to space? What do you think? Yeah, people are definitely going to pay that. I mean, I want to do it, dead ass. It's one of the things that is definitely on my bucket list. I absolutely want to go into space more than anything in the world. So I think people are definitely going to spend that money to go. My only issue with Virgin Galactic is like, when it comes to like the space travel or space exploration, the reason why I don't like Virgin Galactica, because it's like it's consumer, it's like it's leisure. It's not, it's like an amusement park. I like SpaceX because SpaceX, which is not public yet, but they will be, they're actually working with NASA, which can actually have real true government funding and government projects and contracts, and there's like commercial use there and industrial use there, rather than just like selling tickets like you would a roller coaster. Now imagine what would happen to the share price of Virgin Galactica if one of their consumer rides up into space explodes and everybody on board dies. What's going to happen to Virgin Galactica's share price? That's a lot of risk. That's a lot of risk. Okay? That's a lot of risk. So I would much rather you guys, I love space exploration. I think it's a fantastic industry, but it's just way ahead of its time right now. It's too early. It's too early. I don't think it's investable yet. And I would much rather see you guys looking into companies that would have like an industrial, like a government use, rather than something that's going to be like an amusement park ride, if that makes sense. At least that's what I think. That's what I think. Hey, Ella. Hey, Ella. No, I see you, Ella, from joining us from Twitter. I just saw your message, Ella. Said maybe you're getting buried in messages, so I did not see your last question. Guys, if I don't answer your question, please don't take it personal. There are thousands of messages going through the chat. I can't keep up with all of them. So if I don't answer your question, please don't take it personal. But Ella, I did just see your comment. So if you do have a question, just type it away right now real quick while I'm still looking for your name. McCahill says, do you think the rotation is out of gas? No, I don't. I do not think the rotation is out of gas. What I think is going to actually happen is I think you're going to have a bounce back in tech that everybody is going to think is, okay, we're just going to pile into these again. And then I think you have the flush out, and then I think you'll have the flush out. And then I think everything will just kind of go back to normal. What do I think of pre-IPO companies? I mean, that depends on the company. That depends on the company. Cash King, I just saw your comment. Henry says when to buy NIO. I'm probably not buying NIO until it gets back into the low 30s. Low 30s. Ricky Jennings, thoughts on LI long term? Listen, guys. I like LI long term, but you just have to be careful with some of these Chinese companies, man. I just have like PTSD when I think of like Luckin Coffee. It's like I just get scared. I just get nervous with some of these Chinese companies. Palantir, I like Palantir long term. They've got earnings, I believe, this week. I like Palantir long term. I love D-Dog. Love D-Dog. Love D-Dog. One of my favorites. One of my favorites for long term. Al Henderson says, what do you think about Aurora Cannabis? It's an absolute piece of garbage. It's an absolute piece of garbage. Gino, thoughts on Beyond Meat? I think the stock goes lower. Emily Blake, I think there's more downside to go on DraftKings and Zoom, but I think those are two companies. So DraftKings and Zoom Video are getting hurt because of the news of the vaccine, because the stay-at-home economy stocks, they fit into the bundle of stay-at-home economy stocks. So you guys have to think of it this way. The stay-at-home economy stocks with the vaccine, they sold off hard. Zoom has gotten crushed, okay? But there are certain companies that even after COVID, there are certain companies that are still going to be phenomenal companies with tremendous growth opportunities, and DraftKings and Zoom Video are two of them. I do really like Zoom Video. I think Zoom Video has potential past this, this stay-at-home economy. I think that Zoom Video has now implemented themselves into the future of how I think, meetings and conferences and communications are going to be handled here going forward. I do like Zoom Video. That stock getting down to a major support level around 350. I think that is a beautiful place for you to start to be a buyer. If you're looking long term. David Hayes, I do like PayPal. I do like Square. I do own both of those stocks. My thoughts on WWR and WISA, they are a trade, not a long-term investment. That's my opinion. Paul Simon, thoughts on Pinterest. I like Pinterest. I used to hate it because I didn't think the company had any clue on how to monetize their audience. I viewed Pinterest the same way that I viewed Snapchat. Fantastic platform with millions and millions of users with no clue on how to monetize their audience. Both of those companies have since turned it around and have figured out how to, in a non-intrusive way, monetize their audience, and their stock prices reflect that. So I do like the shift in kind of management and the shift in kind of business. I don't want to say business plan, but execution, I should say, maybe. I think the stock's very expensive, but I think it is, if you are a big component of the social media stocks, the online stocks, I think you have to own Pinterest. I own Pinterest. I own it. I own Pinterest in like the low 30s, I think. Yeah, those earnings were crazy, man. Those earnings were crazy. Yeah, Casey Hope, talk about D-Dog, because D-Dog dropped after earnings. I think this is a good area to start buying D-Dog, guys. I think this is a good area to start buying D-Dog. This is a nice support level. 75 is a real nice support level. If you can get D-Dog below 80, I think you gotta pull the trigger on it. The cloud computing stocks are taking a hit also with the vaccine news. Again, like all of these stocks are getting hit because they were thought to like thrive during the stay-at-home economy. Cloud computing was one of those little subsectors that thrived during during the COVID shutdown. Okay, COVID shutdown. Look at DDOG. Okay, COVID shutdown. Look at NET. COVID shutdown. Look at FSLY. FSLY then got caught up in the TikTok disaster because TikTok was a huge client of theirs. So they got caught up in that TikTok news. But you look at all those cloud computing stocks, they've all done insanely well during COVID, and now they're selling off. But these companies are strong. These companies have really good high growth potentials. This is an example of a broken stock, not a broken company. And I feel that way about FSLY. I look at FSLY as a broken stock, not a broken company. And I think these are good opportunities for you guys to start buying some of these cloud computing stocks. Cloudera is another one that's a smaller, lower price stock. That one I don't like as much. PSTG is another one, kind of a storage technology storage company. But DDOG is one of my favorites. And honestly, with this big sell off here, if you're looking for a long term investment, DDOG anywhere between 75 and 85, I think is a good place to start to become a buyer. Miguel says, when you take profit, what type of order do you send? Limit, market? Do you sell on the bid or ask? When I'm taking profit, I usually limit order on the ask. Jorge Romero, what do I think of Intel? I hate it. I don't, listen, there's so many better chip makers right now with there's such better technology and such better innovation. I don't put it this way. I don't own Intel. I own AMD and I own Nvidia. I also own Micron. Rick James, I love AMD, guys. I love AMD. You got to be a buyer around 75 long term. Save some powder in case it moves below 75 to buy more on the way down. But I think, I think AMD, 75 to 70. I think you got to be a buyer. Cowboy, I can't tell you how much to put into DDOG, man. That's up to you. That's up to you. Jamie, NKLA just beat earnings bigly. Should I go all in? No way with a straight face. I can tell you to go all in to NKLA. There's just no way. No way. That's just no way. Way too much risk, in my opinion. Way too much risk on NKLA. What's your Bill Mayer? What's up, man? Coming to us from Twitter. What's your take on Tesla? I bought after the split. I'm holding long term. I like Tesla long term. I do. I'm a long term bull on Tesla. Stock's a little expensive, but if you have like a 5 to 10 year outlook, you're fine. I think Tesla. I think Tesla's a great long term hold. Would you drive a Tesla? Yeah, sure. I would. I mean, oh, you mean like, would I get one? I would not. I would not get one. Like, I thought you meant like, would I just drive it? Like, yeah, but I'm not going to get one. No. So I'm a big car guy. I love cars. I have, I have toys, but I can't drive a car that doesn't sound like I'm driving a car. That's just me. That's just me. They're great cars though. The Model S, I think, is a beautiful car. I think it's a beautiful car. Let's see. I'll take a couple more questions, guys. Jamie says, Mike, how much do I have to donate for a private candlelit dinner? I don't know. I'll just do it for free, man. Just take me out to dinner anytime. Thoughts on Apple? It's just not doing anything right now. I mean, listen, stocks aren't going to go crazy all the time. Apple is consolidating actually pretty decent considering that you're having a rotation out of tech for the time being, and the Nasdaq has been a laggard for the last couple of days. You have to own Apple. You have to. Okay, you have to own Apple. Okay, you have to own Apple. Apple is my biggest holding. Okay, Apple is my biggest long-term holding. What do I think of Pfizer? Guys, don't get too excited with Pfizer with the vaccine. Don't get too excited with Pfizer with the vaccine. The vaccine is going to be free. Um, it's a good PR kind of thing for Pfizer, but don't get too overly excited with Pfizer. Pfizer's a great stock to own. It's a good stock to own. But if you're buying it because you think you're going to get like this massive 50, 100% move in the stock, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Oh God, Jorge, I've been buying Apple for the last 10 years, man. I have been buying Apple for the last 10 years, and I've never sold a single share. This too shall pass. Mike, I consider to be myself a rapid trader because of risk in holding companies. Do you not get a little frightened with holding a company for so many years as anything can happen? Well, yeah, sure. But I'm also extremely diversified, guys. I own a ridiculous amount of stocks. I am extremely diversified. Um, you don't want to sink all of your money into one, two, or three different stocks. I'm very diversified in my long-term portfolio. I'm definitely growth tech overweight. I'm definitely overweight tech by far. My biggest holdings are Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. Yes, it's like, there are some stocks that I own that have not done well, but there's others that, I mean, how would you feel if you sold Apple 5 years ago? How would you feel if you sold Amazon 5 years ago? It's like, look how much you've missed out on. It's like when you find companies that you love. I mean, yes, stocks are going to go up and stocks are going to go down, but if you're looking at your long-term portfolio, guys, I haven't sold a single share of my long-term portfolio in the last decade. I've only added, 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 added. Every time the markets pull in more than 15%, I add. Markets pull in more than 15%, I add. I've added, 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 added over the last decade. I've not sold a single share, and it's done extremely well for me. So, you know, I it just comes down to like what's your outlook, like what's your goal, what's your time horizon. You're not trying to invest in these, you're not buying these stocks just to make a quick 2 week trade. Like, I'm buying these stocks because I think that in 20 years, or like when I'm ready to retire, it's like those that money will have multiplied exponentially, which it already has. The money that I added a ton to my long-term portfolio in March and April. I'm up 100% on that money already. You know, I'm up 100% on that money in 8 months. It's crazy. All right, guys. All right, guys. Real quick. How many people that are on this live right now? Because I just took a bunch of more like novice to experienced questions, or people asking me about particular stocks. For the next 10 minutes, I want to see how many people that are on here right now are newbies. You guys are like brand new to trading. You've never traded before. You have no idea what you're doing. You're just looking to learn. For those of you that are newbies, okay, you're brand new. You have some questions, okay? You guys have some questions. Fire away now if you're a brand new trader, okay? You have very basic questions, okay? If you guys have very basic questions. Oh, buy low, sell high, my man. Welcome to the family. Buy high, sell low, or I keep getting your username backwards, but welcome to the family, man. Just signed up. Welcome to the family, my man. Yeah, so like I said, guys, if you're brand new, if you're a newbie, go ahead, guys, ask me some questions. I'll take some newbie questions real quick before we get into the lessons of the day. We're going to start to go over all our trade recaps. Felix, how do you know when to get out of a day trade? Okay, Felix, how do you know when to get out of a day trade? Simple. After you get an education, you will be able to understand what a grade A setup looks like. Okay. Once you are able to identify a setup, you're going to be able to say to yourself, there's a price point, there's a price level that if the stock gets below that price level, the pattern you're looking at is no more. The pattern is broken. When that happens, that is when you exit your day trade. Okay. So you have to get an education first to be able to understand what a grade A setup looks like. Once you identify it and say, okay, I want to buy this, there will be a price point. You're going to say, okay, if the stock gets below this price point, this setup, it's gone. It's broken down, doesn't exist anymore. Okay. So when that level breaks to the downside, that's when you exit your day trade. Okay. Nice. J Money just signed up last night. Says I'm beyond pumped to join the fam. J Money, I am beyond pumped to have you part of the fam, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is a dividend, says Thanos Gaming? A dividend is basically a company's way of sharing their profits with you. Okay. That's basically a company's way of sharing their profits. So a company takes the money that they earn and they set aside a certain percentage of the money they earn, and they kick it back in the form of a dividend based on how many shares you own. Okay, so the more shares you own, the more money that you're going to get in your dividend. It's usually paid in a percentage yield. Some companies give a 1% dividend, a 2% dividend, a 5% dividend, based on the amount of money that you have invested in the company, or they'll pay $1 a share, $2 a share, depending on how many shares that you own. Okay. So it's a company's way of sharing their profits with you as a shareholder. Barbara Fine says, how are option prices determined? Question. Option prices are made up of two things: intrinsic value and extrinsic value, which is also referred to as time value. Okay. Intrinsic value is the amount that a stock is, that an option is in the money. So when an option has a strike price, a call option, you think the stock's going to go up. A put option, you think the stock's going to go down. So when you have a $200 strike price call option, you want the stock to go above 200. If you have a $200 strike put option, you want the stock to go below 200. When a call option goes above the strike price, that is called in the money. It is now in the money. So if your call option has a $200 strike price and the stock goes to $201, then that contract is said to be in the money, $1. If it goes to $205, that option would be $5 in the money. The amount that an option is in the money is its intrinsic value. When an option expires, it is only worth its intrinsic value. Now, prior to an option expiring, you have, like I said, extrinsic value, or what's also referred to as time value. This is excess premium that accounts for how much time until your option expires, because the more time you have until the option expires, the greater the chance you have of that option going into the money. Let's say you buy a $200 strike call option, the stock is trading at $198. If your option expires in 1 day, you have a very short amount of time for that stock to get above 200. So there's going to be a lot less time value because there's not a high chance the stock gets over 200. However, if you buy an option that expires 2 weeks from now, that means the stock has 2 weeks to get over 200. Well, if it's trading at 198, 2 weeks is a hell of a long time for the stock to go to 200, to just to go over $2. So there's a much higher probability that the stock can go over 200 the next 2 weeks. So therefore, there's going to be a lot more time value on that contract. So that contract is going to be a lot more expensive than the contract that expires in 1 day. That time value slowly works its way down to zero as you approach your expiration date. So let's say if an option has $4 of time value today and it expires in a week and a half, every single minute that goes by, that $4, okay, starts to go down. So, an hour goes by, it's not at $4 anymore. Now it's $3.90 or $3.85. Another day goes by, now it's $3.70. Another day goes by, now it's $3.50. Another day goes by, now it's $3.20. Another day goes by, and that time value slowly works its way down to zero until expiration date. If the option expires out of the money, which is if it's a $200 strike call option, and the stock is, let's say, at $199.50 at expiration, that value of that contract is going to be zero because there's no intrinsic value. The stock's not above $200. Okay. But if the stock closes at $206, then that contract at expiration will be worth $6. That is the most basic, general way for me to explain options to you. I hope that helps. $10K and $10Q is a quarterly earnings report versus a yearly earnings report. Anybody else? Any other beginner questions? Ralph, how do you decide to look at a setup on a 3-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute daily, etc.? You look at all of them, my man. I look at all of them. So I use a 3-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly, daily, and weekly chart. All right. You don't want to just fixate on one time frame. You want to look at multiple time frames. You want to be able to identify setups across multiple time frames. Okay. You want to be able to identify setups on multiple time frames. Steve Wilbur, where would you find the best gap ups or gap downs? The True Trading Group scanner. So in our with your membership, the True Trading Group, you get our scanner, okay, and that'll tell you what stocks are gapping up and down the most on the day. Daniel says, how much do you pay in commissions for direct access? Do you believe Thinkorswim is good enough? I believe Thinkorswim is good enough depending on how much size you're trading with. If you're trading with really big size, Daniel, then I would say go to Lightspeed. I trade with Lightspeed. You can either work out with Lightspeed where you can pay per trade, but you can also pay Lightspeed per share. They have 2 different commission structures that you can negotiate with them. Nice. Steve says, I'm signing up on Friday. Steve, I look forward to training with you, my man. David Hayes, I'm not going to tell you that. David Hayes says, did you vote for Biden or Trump? I promise, guys, one thing I will never do. I will never, ever on this channel, I will never, ever share with you guys my political beliefs or my political bias or affiliation. Ever, 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 ever. Jay Skrillin, how do you properly use VWAP? How do you properly use VWAP in your trades? I mean, listen, I use VWAP the same way I use every other indicator, man. It's like too many people get fixated on like one particular indicator. I don't believe in any one particular indicator. Okay, so like the way that I trade is I look for setups where like 3 or 4 different indicators are all giving me the same sign. There are going to be situations where sometimes VWAP is going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect support. It's going to be perfect resistance. It's going to affect the price action of that stock to a T. Then there's going to be days where the stock is going to trade through VWAP like it's not even there. Okay, so it's just the same as any other indicator. Sometimes it works beautifully, other times it's not relevant. So what I do is I don't necessarily look for one particular indicator to give me a signal. I look for situations and setups where I have 3 or 4 indicators that are all giving me the same sign. That's what professional technical analysis is all about. Professional technical analysis is all about understanding how multiple indicators work in conjunction with one another so that you can be able to make the distinction between an A plus setup, which has a much higher probability of working out in one direction, versus a B or C setup, which has a lower probability of working out in one particular price direction. I hope that answers your question. All right, I'll take maybe one more question, guys. Any other newbie questions before we get into the trade recaps of the day? Any other newbie questions? Yes, a beginner could short stocks. I don't recommend it. Shorting stocks carries infinite risk, so I don't recommend it if you're a beginner trader. Right? I don't recommend it if you're a beginner trader. If you guys have never traded before, I do not recommend you start shorting stocks. You have infinite risk. When you buy a stock, you can only lose 100% if the stock goes to absolute zero. But when you short a stock, you can lose infinite. Okay? You can short a stock at $2, it goes to $4, you lost 100%. If it goes to $5, you lost 150%. Goes to $6, you lost 200%. All right. So there's infinite risk when you guys are shorting stocks. I don't recommend any brand new beginner traders short stocks. You need to get a better, more thorough understanding of risk management and discipline first before you start to think about shorting and taking on higher level risk. Okay. So, all right. So that's it, guys. Guys, listen. For those of you that are brand new, okay, for those of you that are newbies, and anyone else that's on here that is interested, okay, that's like looking for just like some education, and maybe you guys, aren't ready to join like a full membership, but you just want some education. We do have a 7-day trial that has 3 courses included in the trial. Okay, there's 3 courses that I'm telling you guys, these courses are guaranteed to help make you guys better traders. It also gets you 3 days in our chat room. You can trade with me and the rest of the TGD family live. You can see all of our trade history, all of our performance. You can use our stock profile tool, use our Benzinga news feed. But there's 3 courses that are included with that trial that whether you've never traded stock a day before in your life or you've been trading for 10 years, there's something in there that can help make you guys, guaranteed to help make you a better trader. I wrote these courses myself. If you guys want, it's a 7-day trial. It's only $3. It's literally, you guys have paid more for a candy bar. And you guys can get access to 3 courses. There's multiple chapters in each course, multiple lessons in each chapter. I'm telling you guys, you'll become a better trader just from that. So if you guys want to go to ttgthree.com, it's right there at the bottom of your screen. It's just $3, one-time payment. It's not reoccurring. Okay, just one time. It's $3, less than a cup of coffee, and you guys can get all those courses. You can come and chat with me. You can spend some time on our member dashboard and like see what it's like to be part of the TGD family for just $3. So again, guys, if you guys want to get some education there, go to www.ttgthree.com. All right. Now, with that said, guys, we're now going to get into the trade recaps here. The trade recaps here from the day. And today was all about the 30 percenters. Okay. Today, and that's why you guys saw my thumbnail wasn't awesome, because myself, 2 trades over 30% gains. The Wolf, another trade over 30% gains. It was all about the 30% gains. So what we're going to do now, guys, I'm going to bring Jason, who's one of our moderators. I'm going to bring him on to join me to go over our trade recaps. Before I do so, before we get into the trade recaps here on the day, I want all of you right now to go ahead, do me a solid, smash that like button, guys. Let's see if we can get ourselves up to around 500 likes on this video. It really helps me out on the algorithm with YouTube, and it also, more importantly, shows me and lets me know how much you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that I put into all these live streams. I'm doing these live streams basically every single night, from 8:30 till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, answering your questions, giving you guys golden nuggets of information. And by smashing that like button, you guys let me know how much you appreciate it, how much it helps you. That's the key. All right, guys. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead here now. We're going to bring on the Wolf. Yes. So,
I hate waiting. I'm very
I know. Well, I saw you had a new background going on there. You got a new little video location.
My wife is fighting with a bunch of city mayors in my office. So she's on a Zoom till like 1 in the morning. So I got kicked out.
Oh man.
You get Andy Warhol to look at.
Yeah, Andy Warhol behind you. Nice, very nice painting. All right, guys. So listen up. For those that do not know, Jason Spatafora, aka Wolf of Weed Street. Okay, he's one of our TGG pro traders in chat. He is an option guru specialist and is the leading voice in the cannabis sector. Has been absolutely on fire lately. Okay, he's actually currently sporting a ridiculous 92% win rate over the last few weeks. It is absolutely insane, the run that he is on. So, guys, I'm bringing the Wolf on. He was able to pull out, I believe, a 33% gain, 33% gain on 33% gain.
Who's doing this math? Who's doing this math? Yeah, we had a good day today. Hence the thumbnail of Oprah. You get a car, you get a car, you get 30%.
Exactly. That's why I did the Oprah thumbnail, because you and I were just throwing out 30% gains today. You get 30%, you get 30%. Yeah. It was a really good day in chat today, guys. So bringing the Wolf on, guys. If you want to give him a follow here on Twitter, his Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen, at Wolf of Weed ST, at Wolf of Weed ST. So you guys can go ahead, give him a follow there on Twitter. And I'm going to let him come on. I'm going to let him talk to you guys about US Steel, ticker symbol X, where he was able to pull out that 33% gain on the option trade. So I'm going to let him break down and recap for you his trade on the day in X, and then I'll take things back over, and then I'm going to recap GTEC. Take it to town, bro.
Okay. I think I traded X yesterday. I traded the $10 call. Today I traded the $10.50 call. Gave myself an extra week. All right. It really, I'd love to sit here and be like, oh, look at this magic that I did reading the charts. This was just kind of also a sentiment and broader market move that I was tracking. So really today what I was doing was watching the SPY and watching Apple in relation to US Steel, because I know that the SPY is going to tug on US Steel. And, we also just got over, yesterday was the record date, that's why I got into the trade yesterday. And today I just felt like if it didn't break below 1025, which was, it was a little bit of a gamble, it was a little bit of a trouble spot. Then I thought it would hold. So went into this trade with a really tight stop, got in at like 55 cents on the December 4th call. So if you pull up the chart, right at like 1025 is when we entered. I don't know.
Right around there.
Yeah, like right around there. We pretty much nailed the bottom because the option didn't go down. So maybe we were a little bit lower. But I was just kind of looking at the idea I had in my head was, if this thing goes into the teens, maybe I should, just kind of abandon ship and think like, all right, maybe I'm early on the trade. And worst case scenario, I lose a couple pennies on this trade, and then I can jump into the $10 call that we were in yesterday, of which I know that I've got a ton of insurance on and a ton of profit. But at the same exact time, I think the SPY, can you pull up the SPY and look at that time?
Yep, the SPY, this is when we started to get that bounce off the lows in the SPY.
And guys, this is what I was watching. This is one of the things I try and teach members. You can't have tunnel vision when you're trading a stock. Like, yeah, I know people are hyper focused, but you have to have a real, what's going to separate you from being a decent trader to a really good trader or a consistently profitable trader is by keeping your head up. Okay. And what I mean by that is, like, if any of you guys or girls play sports, basketball, football, hockey, lacrosse, whatever, the one thing that you always have to do is keep your head up while you're playing. You always want to see what's going on around you. It's field awareness. It's the same thing in the stock market. I don't get into that trade if I think the SPY is going to crumble. Okay. And so got in. And if you look and we go back to US Steel, I didn't need to make much. The move was the chart's exactly the same, right? So all I needed to do was catch, 30 cents on it is what I was thinking. I had the 1050 strike, and I told everybody, I go, look, my goal is 1060. I go, I don't need it to go any, that's my goal. I don't think it's going to have enough juice to go any further. So I'm going to be out at 1060. We got to 1060, took my final profit. I took my profit in 2 chunks today. The first being 20-something%, and then the last half, 35 or 40%, like somewhere in between. I don't know. I wasn't a math major. And then if you look, what was the high?
The high of the day?
No, after I got in.
$10.63.
So I was off by 3 cents. The option actually my exit on the option was 73 cents. The high of the day on the option was 74. So I bottom ticked it and then top ticked it. And it was just a really nice trade, because we're also trading marijuana, which I'm going to go into just for a second, because, I want to do one of these, for everybody, because, yesterday, Sunday, this has been one of the focuses. And one of the things that I said yesterday, remember I did the sound effects, Mike?
Yeah.
Man, did we ever see that today? Aurora, pull up Aurora, ACB, please.
Oh my God.
I believe I said 1268 was where you wanted to short. Okay, we got there. We got to 14 on Monday pre-market. It's $7 now, or is it lower? $6.94. Oh my God.
$6.94, man.
Guys,
it got crushed after hours too.
They did an offering.
Oh, they're so disgusting. This company sucks.
They did $150 million offering. Guys, remember, $2 billion in write-downs. Their debt is insane.
Oh my God, they're such a shit company. Oh my God.
Yeah, if you look at Chronos, if you look at Hexo, pull up Hexo, HEXO, or Chronos. That's fine. Hexo 75. That thing was $1. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. That's like 40%.
Yeah, man. Chronos from 9 to 7.
Pull up what's it called? Tilray, TLRY.
Oh, 12 to 8. Oh my God.
Yeah, guys, what that means is if you bought that at 12, you need a 50% move to break even. Okay, which basically means all of these new bag holders that jumped in thinking, oh, the United States legalized weed in Arizona and New Jersey, we're going to run. Guess what? The chickens come home to roost, as the old say.
Guys, dude, literally, and I just need to remind people about this, Jason, because, guys, on Sunday night, okay, and yesterday, Jason literally said to
And
everybody
Friday.
on this live, everybody, Sunday and on Sunday, he literally said, okay, that the Canadian companies are shit, right? He told you the U.S. companies where you want to be. But then Monday, everybody that came out with earnings, Aurora exploded, Tilray exploded, Kronos exploded. All they were doing on CNBC was talking about Kronos, Aurora, pot stocks, wheat stocks, cannabis stocks, Tilray, And Jason came on the live last night. Guys, go watch it. Watch the live last night. And he literally told everybody to get all of these stocks. They're all going to fail. They're all going to pull back in. They're quick trades. They're not stocks you want to hold on to. He told you all yesterday that these stocks were going to sell off. And my God, these stocks took an absolute beating today. An absolute beating. All you guys have to do, honestly, is just be in the chat room. Just be in the chat room and just see what's going on. Being part of True Trading Group, guys, you guys are able to follow along with all these trades. And he was absolute spot on. You know, this is the one thing about me and Jason that nobody can ever say. We put our necks on the line. We always come on live streams and tell you guys exactly what we think is going to happen tomorrow. We tell you the day before, you know. So all you guys have to do is literally go back and watch the live stream from last night. And Jason will sit there and you can listen to Jason tell you that all Aurora, Tilray, Kronos, they're all going to just completely shit the bed. And that's exactly what happened here today. And a lot of people were able to capitalize on that there today. So congrats to everybody that was able to.
Congrats. Oh, and the MSOs have held up. We just had earnings on Harvest, which is in our Wolf portfolio. They beat earnings, 86% year-over-year growth. They added 25 million to the guidance. You know, and now Arizona's going rec. Tomorrow, Green Thumb and GRWG report earnings. I don't know what GRWG is going to do. I don't really care because I can't buy them up here. But Green Thumb, I think, is going to have blowout earnings, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of you know, anywhere from 125 to 135. I'm probably on the higher side and still conservative on that. All right.
Yeah.
So
I think Green Thumb's going to crush.
So enjoy. I'm glad I had this 10 minutes with you guys. And now I'm going to let Mike show you his kitten posters where it's like, believe, you know, be profitable. Oh, wait, is that not tonight?
Kitten posters? What are you talking about?
You know, that's your like hobby. Nobody knows. Guys, do you know Mike here? He makes those posters where it's like a kitten hanging from a tree and it's like, hang in there, you know? Or it's like a kitten, it's like dipping his paw into the water and it's like, buy the dip. You know? really cute stuff. All right, go. Alan's calling you. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, bro. Take it easy, man. Nice job today. All right, guys. So, yeah, so like I was saying, man, I mean, he's been spot on with so many of these calls, guys. So, you know, if you guys want to just be in chat with us for a couple of days and listen to some of the things that Jason and I are trading, as well as the rest of the group, don't forget, guys, we've got that 7-day trial. It's only $3. Literally, what do you guys have to lose? Literally, it's $3. You know, it's $3, but could potentially change your guys' life and eventually become part of the TTG family member. So, guys, on the bottom of the screen right now, you'll see the URL. It's ttgthree.com. 7-day trial. It's a one-time payment of $3. You're going to get those 3 courses that are guaranteed to help make you a better trader. You're going to get access to our chat room. I mean, all that for just the price of a candy bar or a cup of coffee. It's a no-brainer, guys. And seriously, what do you guys have to lose? All right. So that's ttgthree.com. URL is right there at the bottom of the screen. Now, what I want to do here, guys, is we are going to dive in, and I'm going to talk to you guys about my GTEC trades today. All right. I traded GTEC 3 times today. 2 of them were for home runs. We're going to recap all 3 of those trades. I'm going to go through the technical analysis, the technical setup, and I'm going to go over with you in this video the importance of properly identifying your stop loss, which is a beautiful segue from a lot of the questions that we talked about earlier on this live. Earlier on this live, a lot of people were asking me, Mike, how do you get out of here? That's incredible. StockWiz says your $3 offer is great stuff. I took the offer last night, and from my GTEC winnings today, I bought a full year membership. No brainer. Awesome stuff, guys. You rock. StockWiz, man. Awesome. Congratulations. That's sick. That's sick. Awesome stuff. Really great job. But like I was saying, guys, on the GTEC trade, one of the topics we talked about earlier in this live, a lot of people were asking me, hey, Mike, can you talk to me about position size, risk management? Remember we talked about that earlier in the live? I talked to you guys about how to properly set your stop loss, where it needs to be, how to properly position size, so account for that stop loss. We talked all about that. This GTEC trade is a perfect example of why it's so important for you to set your stop loss in the proper location, okay, and position size yourself for that stop loss location. That is how you can stay in these trades longer, not get shaken out, and capitalize on the move. That's exactly what happened today on GTEC. GTEC, my stop loss was in the right place. The stock was kind of whipping around back and forth. Thousands of other traders have definitely got stopped out on this one little quick sharp pullback. I stayed in the trade because it was still not at my stop loss, and the stock held together. It finished its consolidation and ended up breaking out, short squeezing, and ripping shorts faces off. And we just started ripping profits right off the table. It was an absolute thing of beauty. So I'm going to talk to you guys in this GTEC trade about the importance of setting your stop loss in the proper place and how to use technical analysis to identify where that stop loss needs to be. Okay. Before I do that, guys, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitter. My Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen. It is at MikeEdward_TTG. You guys want to go ahead there, give me a follow. I'm always posting cool stuff on Twitter. Trade ideas, trade recaps, general market commentary, okay, testimonials, motivational stuff, memes. I'm always posting cool stuff on Twitter. So you guys want to go ahead, give me a follow there on Twitter at MikeEdward_TTG. All right. Give me a quick little follow there on Twitter. Okay, now let's get into it. All right. So here we go. GTEC. All right. GTEC was on the watch list today. It was one of the leading gappers. All right. Stock opens up and just takes off like a bat out of hell. Okay. Gaps up and just goes straight up. Okay. I did not capitalize on any of this initial move. Okay. I did not capitalize on any of that initial move because I never really got a pullback. I just got the stock just continued to push. I was looking for an entry on GTEC right there, okay, that I never got filled on. Once we broke through that initial morning high, I tried to get long GTEC down in this region, and I never got my fill. So right there was my first attempt to buy GTEC because of the breakthrough, the initial morning high. There's your initial morning high, and we broke through it with a real nice, strong, heavy, consistent increase in volume. So I tried to buy that pullback. That pullback was very, very shallow. You guys will see where that tail kind of stopped out, and I was looking to get long down here closer to $4. Never happened, and we just continued to push, and the stock just ran away from me all the way up to 6. So I missed that first initial move. But what I liked about GTEC was how the volume on GTEC was real nice. Okay, what you guys will notice here is the volume while the stock surged higher. You see strong increase in volume. Here, let me just go back. Okay, you see a nice little surge in volume when the stock pushed higher. You had this quick one tiny little red candle, little pullback, lower volume. The stock continued to surge higher, and then volume picks up again, heaviest volume of the day as the stock extends to make that high. I like when a stock, as the stock pushes higher, the volume gets bigger and bigger on each subsequent push. That to me is a sign of momentum. So right out of the gate, when GTEC was making this move and was pushing higher, the volume right there is telling me that the stock has momentum. So as the stock, again, pushes higher, right? Stock pushes higher, increase in volume, okay? Stock pushes higher again, increase in volume, okay? So the volume as the stock is pushing higher is significantly heavier than the volume when the stock has its little tiny pullbacks. Like here, one little tiny pullback, red candle, volume bar low, right? You have the extension higher, volume bars high. You get this one tiny little red candle pullback, volume low, okay, low. Then you get this extension higher, once again, volume high, okay? So that morning push tells me this stock has momentum, all right? So now I'm saying to myself, okay, I missed my first entry opportunity right there in front of that initial high. So I'm saying to myself, all right, guys, I missed that first entry. I was a little frustrated. I didn't get the fill. I missed it by about, I don't know, 8 cents or so. It was ridiculous. This last whole week, I've missed so many fills um, by a couple of pennies. It was actually kind of frustrating, but I stayed focused and I waited for my next setup opportunity. And now that I've identified that, okay, this stock has momentum, right? This stock has momentum. So I'm saying to myself, where's my next entry opportunity? And I'm looking now for a low volume pullback into an area of support. Well, where is my next area of support? And where I identified my support was right there. Why am I identifying support right there? Because I have the trade line, which is the 9 exponential moving average, which is this blue line on my screen. I've got VWAP, which is this orange line on my screen. I've got the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, and they all line up at exactly the same price point, which is right around 460. Okay, right around that same price point of 460. So I start bidding right in front of that level, and I actually get filled right there on that little tail. It was a lower volume pullback. See how the volume starts to slow down? So again, see the increase in volume as the stock is surging higher. See the decrease in volume as the stock gives you a pullback right down into a potential area of support. Why is this a potential area of support, guys? Not because of one indicator, but because of multiple indicators all converging at the same price point. Okay, so I go ahead and I get long right there at that point, that tail right there. I will take you guys over. I'll take you guys to my trade announcement on the day. Give me 1 second so I can pull up the other image and I'll show it to you guys. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here is the downloaded trade log from our chat room. Okay, the downloaded trade log from our chat room where you guys can see all of the alerts that go through in chat during the day. I can download them afterwards for you guys to see everything. And you guys will see here at 10:02 a.m. we're long GTEC at $5.10. Okay, so long at $5.10 right there on that quick little pullback, that bottoming tail. Okay, so here we are long GTEC. Now, first take profit target on GTEC was in front of the high of the day. Okay, so I take 25% of my position off the table right there. We tested the high of the day. I took 25% of my position off the table. I'll take you guys. Actually, let me just stay here. I know I'm still on the alerts. Let me just take you back to the alerts to show you the first take profit. So there you guys can see at 10:12, the first take profit at 571. Okay, so in at 510, first take profit at 571. Let me take you guys back to the charts and show you guys the take profit now. All right, so here we go, back to the charts. All right, so now there's the high of the day. The high of the day is your first take profit target. I take 25% of my position off the table, okay, in case that high of the day does not break. So there it is, first take profit, bang, 25% off the table right there on that high of the day, okay? Now, we actually had an increase in volume here, what it looked like, an increase in volume here on that rejection. So I actually reduced my size by a little bit further. I took another piece of profit off the table right there at around 520 just to reduce my size a little bit in case that double top and then we had that rollover. But what you guys will notice is that this is the moment where most other traders got stopped out of their positions because their stop losses are simply too tight and you're not recognizing where your stop loss actually needs to be. Because as you guys can see, I identified that level as being my area of support. There's my support level, 38.2 fib level, trade line, and VWAP. That's my support level. Now, so many traders are setting their stop losses. In this example, they're probably setting their stop loss maybe, okay, oops, let me delete all this. This is getting a little too convoluted, okay? So most traders, a lot of traders are going to set their stop loss right there. They're going to set their stop loss maybe around $5. Okay, they're going to set their stop loss at $5.20, right? And then what's going to happen to those traders? Okay, right here, they are going to get stopped out of their position. Okay, how many of you in here probably got stopped out of this position right there on that tail? I know many of you did. Okay, I know many of you did get stopped out at that position right there because your stop losses are too tight. Okay, so I'm able to stay in that trade, never get stopped out because my stop loss was never reached. In fact, it never even came close to being reached. Okay, My stop loss was 450. The low of this candle is 493. Okay. So what I'm doing here is saying to myself, okay, yes, understand where your stop loss needs to be, and you adjust your position size accordingly to account for that risk. Okay. You might say, oh man, Mike, that's such a wide stop loss. I can't risk 50 cents. Yes, you can. You just have to reduce your position size. You can risk 50 cents because if you're right, you're going to make $1.50. You're going to make 3 times your risk. Okay. We made $2 a share on this thing. The stock went all the way to $7 on that break. So yes, you can risk 50 cents. If you're going to make $2 to the upside, you can risk 50 cents. You just have to reduce your position size so that if you get stopped out at 450, it's a dollar loss that is within your risk tolerance. Too many of you have too much position size. Your position size is too big. That's why you're saying, I can't risk 50 cents. The hell you can't. If I can risk 50 cents, why can't you? My position size is probably 50 times bigger than yours. So why can't you risk 50 cents? It's just that your position size is too big. If you're only comfortable risking $100 on a trade, okay, you can risk 50 cents, but you can only buy 200 shares. You risk 50 cents, that's it. You lost $100. If you're only comfortable risking $500 per trade, okay, you can't risk 50 cents. The hell you can. You buy 1,000 shares, you lose 50 cents a share. That's a $500 loss. But the upside potential on this trade is $2. You're not going to risk 50 cents to make $2. Of course you would. Your position size is incorrect. And that is forcing you, because your position size is incorrect, that is forcing you to move your stop loss to the incorrect location. And it is becoming way too tight of a stop loss. And you are getting stopped out of these positions, and then the stock explodes. Your stop losses are too tight. Okay, that is the proper way to set a stop loss. That's why I did not get stopped out of this trade. And that's why we capitalize on that huge explosive move. And we start peeling profits off the table up into that move up towards 7, pulling out what was my best take profit on that break was $6.66 right there for a 30 or 33% gain. Okay, and that was the first home run of the trade. So again, there's your entry. Okay, there's your entry. And I'll show you guys, here are your take profits. Okay, here are your take profits. All right, so there's the entry, take profit, take profit, take profit, take profit. All right, and that was just an absolute thing of beauty. That was our first home run trade of the day. And again, the lesson I want you guys to really take away from this trade, guys, again, seriously, is the stop loss location and the proper position sizing and the proper identification of, or identifying, I should say, of where your stop loss needs to be, and to stop allowing yourself to get shaken out of these trades. Okay. My losing trade, we'll go back to this one. On my losing trade, guys, I did go back after the stock again. I went back after GTEC right in here to see if this previous resistance level, these prior highs, see if they were going to hold, and to see if the stock continued higher. I went in there with lower risk than I did on the prior trade. Okay. And I'll actually take you guys back to my trade alerts so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm talking to you about. Because this is another important little topic that we can discuss right here. And this kind of plays into risk management. I'll show you guys my second entry point at 10:33 a.m. I said I'm added back to GTEC. Okay. Added back to GTEC at $6.40 with a stop loss at the 580 area. Notice how I said less risk than the initial trade. When I go back into, a winning trade, I'm doing so with less risk than the winning trade. If I make X amount of dollars on a trade on the first go around, I'm not going to risk that dollar amount on the second trade. Okay, if I'm going back to the well after already pulling out a home run, I'm not going to risk all of that profit. I'm going to protect that profit, and I'm going to reduce my risk on the second go around. Okay, so that's what I did here that's what I did there on GTEC. Okay, so now let's go back to the chart. All right, let's go back to the chart. All right, so there was the entry. And then once we start to roll down here, I actually ended up kind of stopping myself out of this right here when we actually started to break down beneath. It looked like we were going to hold this level at 6. We had that nice little pop and then an increase on the way down. I said, you know what, maybe we're not going to go here. And I actually bailed on the trade there and actually exited out. I thought we were going to make the rip for it right here. I thought we were just going to go right there. So we got rejected at the high of the day. We had to pull back. I said, you know what? Let me just get out of this trade with a real nice, small loss on the trade. It wasn't anything crazy. I still am sitting on a real nice profit from that first gain. But then once this thing kind of popped itself back above that level, and you see this little pop in volume, the stock starts to climb. I just said to myself, guys, this thing really does have room to squeeze on the daily chart if we can get through that level. Because on the daily chart, okay, what you guys will see, if I go back actually to this first 6, let's go back. So here's your daily chart. Okay, once we had gotten through that $5 level, which was these previous highs, like 475, there's not really a lot of room. Okay, there's not really a lot of structural resistance here holding this stock down. Okay, there's not really a lot there holding the stock down. So the stock really hasn't really traded all that much. So I'm saying this stock really has room to squeeze. So once we ended up breaking through the high of the day, okay, so right here we broke through the high of the day. All right, I then came in here and the trade line starts to act as an area of support. So here comes your trade line starting to act as support. The stock is starting to squeeze. You're getting a little increase in volume here as we're starting to climb our way back up. You see volume starting to pick up. And I came in and I got long right there, okay, on that little pullback. I'm long now again, okay, for the third time at $7.08. My risk stop loss is down around 680, okay? So there, well, let me pan this over so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so there we have it. So there I am long on that pullback right there at 708. Stop loss 680, giving myself a little bit of leeway down from the prior high. Trade line comes in, holds the stock together, and then we just start our climb. Very slow, methodical climb. Takes us all the way up to a high of $9.66 before we continue our push up over 10. We get to a high of the day of $10 on the button before we then experience our pullback. And we just start again, ripping profits off, okay, into this move, peeling profits off the table at 774, 808, 870, and a final take profit at $9.42, which actually takes you up all the way to here. Okay, so I just start peeling profits off on that extension move from 708 up to 942. That's another 30% plus gain on this GTEC trade. And this thing was just on a real nice short squeeze mode. And this is what I mean by small caps are starting to wake up, guys. Small caps are really starting to wake up. Does anybody have any questions real quick, guys? Anybody have any questions about, those GTEC trades? Anybody have any questions about the setup? Anybody have any questions about the indicators or the entry or the take profits? Anybody have any questions? Rudy, I'm stocks and options only. I don't trade crypto. I don't trade Forex either. Byron, Mike, where do you generally set your fib levels? Not where do I generally set them. It's where they have to be set. So the proper way to use Fibonacci levels, I'll just show you guys real quick. The proper way to use Fibonacci levels, if you have a big gap up, if you have a gap up on a stock, okay, if you have a gap up, you have to anchor your Fibonacci level from the prior day's close up to whatever the high of the day is that you're trying to measure. And then when the stock makes a new high, you just move it. Okay, so you anchor your Fibonacci level, right, at yesterday's close because you had the big gap up today. If the low of so you anchor your Fibonacci at whatever is lower. Is the prior day's close lower, or is the current low of the day lower? Okay, whichever is lower, that's where you anchor your fib level. Okay, and then now when the stock makes a new high, so you see here we made a new high, right? So now you'll just take your fib at the top of your fib, and now you're going to extend it up to that new high. Okay, and then when the stock makes another new high, every time it makes a new high, you just keep moving that Fibonacci level higher and higher to the new high, but your anchor point stays the same. Yes, I do look at level two. Not something I use to really base my trade off of. I don't, buy or sell because I see something on level two. I'm more of a pattern trader. John Martin, why do you choose the 9 EMA as the trade line? It's just personal preference. There's no right or wrong. So the trade line could be the 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12 exponential moving average. I know traders that use either one of those. You don't need to use more than one of them. They're almost identically the same. Okay. I just use the 9. I've always used the 9. I'm used to it. But if you use the 8 or the 11, they're going to be so insanely similar. They're going to be off by a couple of pennies. It's not really a major difference, John. So it's really just personal preference. I don't know. I learned on the 9. I've always used the 9, but you could use 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, all acceptable trade lines. Yes, Daniel, you can write an algorithm to follow my trading rules. There's actually a few members into training group that are developers and programmers, computer scientists that are actually working on developing algorithms based on the criteria of the trade alerts and the trade announcements or the trade setups that I go after. Jack Jones from Facebook, what's up? Time frame on execution. I trade off the 3-minute chart, but I will use also the 5, 15, and hourly to identify setups and patterns. Joe Marshall, my man. Joe Marshall says, Mike, I got to tell you, I appreciate how you missed your first entry, kept a cool head, and then smashed it. Someone once said, if a stock is truly strong, you'll have more than one crack at it. Man, where did I hear that before? For those of you that are member or have been following my channel for a while, you guys have heard me say that many, many, many times. You guys have heard me say that many, many times. Yeah, I mean, I'll check the fundamental reason why like a small cap is moving. Like I want to see when I see a small cap that's lighting up, obviously you're not buying the stock because of fundamentals, right? You're not buying this stock because of fundamentals. You are buying this stock because it's a momentum play. Sometimes you're buying these small caps, you don't even know what they do. Um, Sometimes I don't even know what they do. So but I like to see when you have these small caps that gap up and they have like all this volume and what's the reason? Is there a reason? Like, is there a major news announcement from the company, or is it just the stock is just gapping up for something stupid, like the company updated their website or something? But if they have like major FDA news or a major contract or something like that, if there's a fundamental reason for that gap up, then you have a greater chance of getting a short squeeze because you could have some institutional buying behind it. All right, so guys, listen up. What I'm noticing here in small caps, I'm noticing that small caps are starting to wake up. All right. When I start to look around, when I start to look at a couple of these small caps, and I'm starting to look at like GTEC, gave you really good follow through, really good continuation on the short squeeze. WISA, WISA, it was a choppy trade today, but that thing just kept churning higher. MEDS, yes, it ended up crapping out later in the day, but this stock gave you a squeeze in the afternoon. That's the key. APBO, okay, APBO, the move that stock has made. You take a look at what that stock did today in the afternoon, up 40%, up there, near its highs, going from $30 to $50 a share today. When you start to take a look around, you start to look at some of these stocks, I'm starting to see some of these small caps wake themselves up. Why is that significant? And that is significant because for the last couple of weeks, small caps have really slowed down a little bit. And now that the craziness with the overall markets has cooled off a little bit and the volatility has kind of slowed down in the overall markets, traders' attentions can now start to flock back to small caps. During the election and during the big gap up to all-time highs, traders' attentions were pulled towards large caps. They were pulled towards the SPY, the NASDAQ. They were pulled towards Zoom videos of the world. They were pulled towards these stocks. So there was less liquidity over the last week or so in the small cap market. When there's less liquidity in the small cap market, it makes it harder to have follow through and momentum with lower levels of volume. So you were getting choppy movement, you were getting one and done type movements. But now that the overall markets have cooled off a little bit and the election, craziness is kind of settling down a little bit, and the volatility in the SPY and overall markets is starting to slow down, you are going to start to see traders like myself. I use myself as a perfect example. I trade with big size. If I'm not trading small caps and I'm trading buy options, or I'm trading Zoom video, or I'm trading Alibaba or something like that, I'm, multiple six figures of liquidity that's being taken away from potentially a stock like GTEC. Take 1,000 traders that trade with my kind of size, take us away from GTEC and put us into like Alibaba or the SPY or Roku or something like that. And that's millions and millions of dollars of liquidity that is not in a small cap, which it could be a reason why you're not getting follow through. But as traders like us, like myself, start to flock back towards small caps with volatility slowing down, that's when you get the momentum. That's when you get the follow through. That's when you get the steady volume. I think the small caps are starting to wake themselves up. My focus over these next couple of days is actually going to remain on small caps, as I have AHT is a stock that I have a very big focus on going into tomorrow. APVO is another stock I have a very big focus on going into tomorrow. And you guys want to make sure that you're getting your butts in chat and trading these small caps with me. When we go on runs on these small caps, it is unlike anything that we've ever seen. 2 or 3 weeks ago was the last real big small cap run. I was, I don't even know what my stats were for the week. I was like, 20 for 22, something like that. And it was, 113% gain, 72% gain, 45% gain, 52% gain, 38% gain. It's like these small caps, when they light themselves up, we just crush. So if we're going to start to get that type of action, heat back up into small caps, you guys have to get your butts in chat. Okay? You guys have to get your butts in chat. Also, I want to make sure that you guys understand tomorrow is our red to green workshop. Okay? Tomorrow is our red to green workshop for full-time THD members only. Any traders that are struggling, if you are struggling, if you are red, if you have still not gone into the green in your trading, you're still down money, okay, we are doing a red to green workshop with myself, Jason, who was already on the live stream with us earlier, and Jason Simmons, who's another one of our moderators. The three of us are going to be conducting a red to green workshop for any members of True Trading Group that are red, okay? 80% of our members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in the first 6 months of their membership. But that means 20% of our members are still struggling to kind of gain their footing. We don't leave any trader behind. And that's why we're going to be conducting a red to green workshop to go over some key fundamental things, talk about specific topics that traders that are struggling can do to kind of make some changes in their trading to try to get them back on track and start to get them back into the green. That workshop is tomorrow. Any of you that are on this live stream right now, even if you're not a member of True Trading Group, okay, you won't be able to join us. Okay, this is for full-time THD members only. But if you want to join the workshop tomorrow, if you are red, if you are struggling, okay, it's a 2-hour workshop where three of your THD moderators are going to be going over and discussing with you how to help you guys go from red to green. So you want to make sure you guys join up and all you have to do is be a member. If you're a member, you guys automatically get access to this workshop, okay? You automatically have access to this workshop as a full-time THD member, all right? So make sure you guys attend if you guys are struggling, okay? We leave no traders behind, all right? We leave no traders behind, all right? Guys, quickly here, if you have not done so already, you guys know the deal. I want you all to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get ourselves up to 500 likes on this video. Smash that like button, guys. Let me know how much you appreciate the time, energy, and effort that I put into all of these live streams. All right. How many of you guys on here are not members of True Trading Group? How many of you are not a member? If you're not a member, type TTG in chat right now. If you guys are not a member of True Trading Group, go ahead and type TTG in chat right now. All right, Richard, Alamayu, Jeffrey, Don, Ben, Jason, Tico, Pleska, Carl, China Kit, S. Mayer, Shoemate, John Martin, S. Gold, Don Raymer, Eduardo, Janet Miller, Phil, Luis Ramos, Bob Sawyer, Sauer, Oh, Augusto Rodriguez, man, welcome. Just found our live an hour ago. Welcome. Subscribe to the channel, my man. Shaylish, Carl Weezer, Matt Gaines, Kung Pao, John Wilson. All right, good, guys. Rowan Dawkins. All right, so we got a bunch of members. Nice. Maria says, I'm not a member yet, but I'm joining. I look forward to training with you, Maria. I look forward to trading with you. Sean, good, guys. All right, so good. So a lot of you guys are not members of True Trading Group. Guys, I'm telling you right now, any of you that that are struggling, any of you that type TTG in chat, if any of you are struggling, okay, we have a red to green workshop tomorrow. All right, make sure you guys come join us for that workshop tomorrow. So we're full-time Teach Deep members only. All right, if you guys are struggling. We have also, I want to see how many people that we have on this live right now. How many of you are part of our 7-day trial membership? We have a 7-day trial. I told you guys about that earlier. How many do we have on the live tonight with that are part of that Teach Deep trial? Go ahead and type the number 3 in chat right now if you are part of that 7-day trial. Jeffrey, Carl Weezer. The workshop starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's 2 hours long. Joel. All right, so I said just a handful of our TT3 trial members here with us tonight. Nice, Jason. I'm buying right now. Beautiful, Jason. I love it. Guys, listen, if you want to be part of the workshop, you got to be, that's for full-time TT members only. Okay? That's for full-time TT members only. So like I said, we've got that 7-day trial. Now, if you're on the trial membership, you can't join the workshop. Okay? But on the 7-day trial, you do get access to our dashboard so you guys can see the resource and tools that are available to you as a member. It gets you those 3 courses that are guaranteed to help you become a better trader. And then you get 3 days in chat with us to trade with myself and the rest of the TGD team live. Okay, that go to ttgthree.com. That's a one-time payment of $3. What do you have to lose? If you guys are not willing to spend $3 to potentially change your life, then honestly, this is not for you. Okay, I put in a lot of time and energy into helping all of our members reach their goals. And if you're not willing to do the same, I'm sorry, True Trading Group is not for you. This is not a get rich quick or show me a special secret. I'm going to teach you guys the same education that I received when I worked at a hedge fund. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I learned from traders that worked on Wall Street that when I got hired out of college, when I worked at a hedge fund, that's where I learned how to do this. I take that education, I simplify it, and I pass it on to you guys. So if you guys are serious about potentially changing your lives and becoming consistently profitable traders, guys, it's $3. What do you have to lose? You're not willing to spend $3 to get a 7-day trial? I'm sorry, you're not serious about doing this, and I can't help you. Okay. So again, for our 7-day trial, go to ttgthree.com. Now, for those of you that want to join, okay, the red to green workshop tomorrow, if you are a struggling trader, okay, again, we are doing a workshop tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern for full-time TTG members only, okay? If you are not a member of True Trading Group and you want to attend that webinar, okay, in that workshop, we do have a coupon code for you to join here tonight and get a 44% discount on a membership by using coupon code TTG1120. That will allow you to enter that red to green workshop. This is a 2-hour-long workshop where myself and 2 other teaching moderators are going to be going over helpful tips on how to get you guys from red to green, and also answering questions and going over common mistakes that a lot of you might be making and changes we can make in your trading so that we can get you guys back on track and start to get you back into a profitable P&L. Okay, so you guys can use coupon code TC1120 and that'll get you a 44% discount and also join that workshop. What else do you get as a full-time member? Okay, not only will you be able to join us for that workshop, okay, if you guys are serious about doing this, you guys are struggling, you've tried to trade on your own, you've watched a bunch of videos, you've read a bunch of books, you know, you've taken a bunch of stock tips from your buddies or your coworkers, and you're just still are losing money. It's time that you stop trying to figure things out on your own. It's time you get a professional education and you figure out what it is you're doing wrong. If you are consistently losing money, you are doing something wrong. So join us on that webinar if you're serious about turning your P&L around. I'm challenging each and every single one of you that are struggling to sign up here now tonight, get the 44% discount, and get your butts in that red to green workshop. Because if you want to turn your P&L around, it's not going to happen overnight. You're not just going to wake up one day and magically become a green trader. You need to figure out what you're doing wrong. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing for 2 hours tomorrow night from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern, is figuring out what are you doing wrong and how do we fix it. In addition to entering and joining us on that workshop, you will, as a full-time member, get access to our trading chat room live. We open up our chat room from 7:30 a.m. till 6:30 p.m. Eastern every single day. You're going to be able to come and chat, trade with us live. I share my screen with you. Our other moderators, they share their screens with you. You can actually choose which moderator screen you want to look at, so you see exactly what it is that we are doing during the day. We are all live on the microphone. We are talking to you throughout the day, telling you what we see, what we're buying, what we're selling. I tell everybody what I'm buying before I actually buy it. I tell everybody where I'm selling before I actually sell it. It's very easy for you to follow along with all of our trades in chat. None of us are scalpers. We're not in and out of trades within seconds. My trades last several minutes to several hours long, sometimes several days. None of us are scalpers, okay? Very easy to follow along with our trades. We're always on the microphone telling you guys what we're doing, and you also get push notifications when we execute a trade, all right? You'll also be able to use our Benzinga Live Pro news feed, which gives you breaking up to the second news alerts. Whenever a news comes out across the wire, you get notified in chat, regardless whatever the stock is. As soon as news crosses the wire, bang, it's right there in our Benzinga news feed. That's included in your chat room. We also have a Squawk Box feature. Squawk Box feature is awesome. If you don't want to read the news headlines, you can just turn on your Squawk Box and someone actually reads the news headlines to you out loud. So all you got to do is turn your speakers on. Awesome feature. Okay, awesome feature. Our chat room right now, guys, we're sporting about a 78% win rate right now between myself and the other moderators that call out trades in chat, which means 78% of the time that we call out a trade, it is a profitable one. You guys can join us in that chat room live every single day as a full-time member. You'll also get access to the entire TGG curriculum. Okay. Yes, the entire curriculum, not some of the courses, and then some courses are for special memberships only. There are no upsells into Trading Group ever. There are no different level packages. Okay. You pay one price, you get access to every single thing that we have. It is a 100% all-inclusive membership. Okay. So when you guys join True Trading, you have to understand you are getting a simplified version of the education I received when I worked at a hedge fund. That's how I learned how to trade. I've simplified that education. I've created a 15-course curriculum that includes beginner stock trading, advanced stock trading, beginner options, advanced options, trader psychology, swing trading, trading during a market crash. I mean, guys, all our courses are included with your membership, okay? All of them. And all future courses. If I come out with a new course, let's say in a month from now or 2 months from now, it is automatically included with your membership. We're like the Netflix of trading communities. If Netflix comes out with a new documentary, tomorrow, they don't ask you for $20 to watch the documentary. It's included in your Netflix membership. Same thing with True Trading Group. You will have access to all current courses and all future courses down the road. Okay, there are no upsells ever in True Trading. You guys have access to everything, including all of our resources and tools. TTG is not just an alert service. It's a platform for traders with premium services to help you guys become consistently profitable. You will be able to use, included with your membership, our trade simulator, which will allow you to trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time level 2. So you can practice implementing what you learn in the courses. You can practice implementing it in the simulator so you can prove to yourself you're consistently profitable before you start trading with real money. That's included for free with your membership. You also have our screener. You guys can filter through thousands of stocks during the day to see what are the hottest stocks, where you should be focusing, what gives you the best chance to profit. Our stock screener can show you what are the best stocks for you to be trading. All right. Then we have our stock profile tool. Our stock profile tool allows you guys to type in any ticker symbol that you're interested in. Okay. Any ticker symbol that you're interested in. You get a downloadable PDF report that will give you company info, financial info, stock info, as well as a compilation of all the analyst ratings for that particular stock. So how many analyst ratings have a buy, sell, hold? All of that information is compiled for you in a report. You can type in as many ticker symbols as you want. Go to town. Type in 100 different ticker symbols. You get 100 different downloadable PDF reports. That can help you make your trading and investment decisions. That's our due diligence tool in GTG. You will also be able to get access to over 75 hours of additional workshop and webinar content. Okay, so I told you tomorrow we're doing a red to green workshop. All right, that's going to be recorded for TGD members to go back and view it later. That's included in our video library. Okay, so we have over 75 hours. This is in addition to the courses. In addition to the courses, we have over 75 hours of workshop and webinar video content that you get access to as a member of TTG. And then when you are a member full time, you can join those workshops live, like tomorrow. So make sure if those that are struggling, use this coupon code here to get that discount, and then join us tomorrow for that red to green workshop. Join us live, ask questions, you can participate in that workshop. Then everyone that signs up here tonight with this coupon code will also get included with their membership a free one-on-one mentor session with one of our TGD moderators. That is a 1-hour mentor session to talk about your trading, review your trades, go over your strengths, your weaknesses, talk about where you're making mistakes and how we can turn things around to help improve your P&L. That is a 1-hour one-on-one mentor session included for free when you use coupon code TTG1120 right here tonight. You guys will also be able to get access to our TradingView Pro charting software that is available now on our website to all current members. A regular 1-year membership to 2 Trading Group would cost you $2,048 for the year. However, tonight with coupon code TTG1120, you will get a 44% discount. That brings the price all the way down to a one-time payment of only $1,132. Okay, that is only until midnight when you use coupon code TTG1120. After midnight, the price of your membership is going up. Okay, every 24-hour period in the month of November, the price of our membership jumps by a few bucks. Do not wait for a Black Friday sale. Do not wait for a Thanksgiving Day sale. I'm telling you guys this now. Every 24-hour period, the price of our membership in November is going up. This is the lowest price. You are going to be able to get a membership to your trading group by using this coupon code right here tonight, because at midnight, the price is going up. So if you guys want to join that red screen workshop tomorrow, you want to get that 44% discount, you use this coupon code right here, right now. Okay? Use this coupon code to sign up and join us for that red screen workshop. Now, all that stuff that I just told you guys that you get included with your membership, let me explain this to you. For $1,132, you get everything I just said. The Benzinga Pro newsfeed alone that we have in our chat room, if you went to Benzinga tomorrow and you wanted to sign up for their Squawk Box and newsfeed, it's going to cost you $1,188 for the year. That's included with your membership, okay? That's included with your membership. If you wanted to pay for real-time level 2 on all exchanges, that's $909 for the year. You want a trade simulator so you can practice trading with fake money and real-time data, that's going to cost you $750 a year. If you went to TradingView tomorrow and you said, I want to sign up for your pro charting software, that's $720 for the year. So within those resources, premium services, and tools that are all included for free in your membership, normally on your own would cost you $3,648. It's included with your membership. And you can get that membership now with this coupon code for only $1,132. Then factor in the 1 hour one-on-one mentor session, the over 75 hours of workshops and webinars, trading in chat with us live, me telling you what I'm buying before I actually buy it, going through 15 courses that is a simplified version of the same education I received when I worked at a hedge fund. If you guys are serious about learning how to trade, you've got to act now. If you are struggling, your results are not going to just magically change. If you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to wake up tomorrow and just magically know what you're doing. You need to learn, okay? You need to learn. Take advantage of this discount code, guys, while it still lasts before the price goes up. I'm telling you guys now, if you wait a week from now, the price is going to be significantly higher than where it is right now. And if you wait a week from now, you're not going to be able to attend the Red to Green workshop tomorrow. So I'm challenging each and every single one of you now. If you guys are serious about doing this, I can't begin to tell you guys the value that you're getting with this membership. In addition to that, you want to hear this? I'm telling you right now that if you took $1,132 and invested it in yourself right now, you had an 80% chance to make 7 to 10 times that membership fee back in 6 months. Would you do it? This is not a rhetorical question. I'm not being facetious. I'm dead serious, because those are the stats. We've surveyed our members in chat. 80% of our THD family members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in the first 6 months. Of that 80%, 30% of them are doing it in just 1 month. That means that you have an 80% chance of making $11,000 in just the next 6 months. You have an 80% chance of doing that. Those are the numbers. And the other 20% of our members that are struggling, okay, or that are not making 7 to 10 times their membership fee yet, that's why we conduct these red to green workshops, to make sure that we leave no trader behind and make sure that everyone gets the help that they need. Okay, there's a lot of members in True Trading Group that are crushing it, a lot of members that are having success, but that doesn't mean everyone is having success. And if you are struggling, we are here to help. Okay, we leave no trader behind. All right, so again, guys, take advantage of that coupon code TTG1120 right here, right now. Join me on that red to green workshop for us tomorrow. If you guys are still not ready, or you're scared to pull the trigger, you're scared to join the group, okay, you could take advantage of that 7-day trial. That is a 7-day trial for $3. You can upgrade to a full-time membership at any time during your trial, but you're under no obligation to do so. But just keep in mind, if you are a 7-day trial, you will not be able to access the red to green workshop tomorrow. Okay, the red to green workshop tomorrow is for TTG full-time members only. All right. But if you guys want to try us out for 7 days, you're not quite sure if TTG is right for you yet, fine, no problem. Go to ttgthree.com. One-time payment of $3. What do you guys have to lose, man? What do you guys have to lose? It's $3. Seriously. All right. Otherwise, go to this URL and use coupon code TTG1120. All right. And I'll see you guys in that red screen workshop. Does anybody have any questions about the membership, or does anybody have any questions about the workshop, or anybody have any questions in general about True Trading Group for me right now before we close and we say good night for the night? Now is your time to ask. Yes, Jason Lynn says, is this something for an absolute beginner? Okay, is this something for an absolute beginner? True Trading Group, we have members in True Trading Group that have never traded a stock a day in their life. And then you have members in True Trading Group that have been trading for 25 years. We have stockbrokers at Morgan Stanley for 25 years. We have a money manager in Australia that manages money for 50 high net worth individuals. We have licensed financial professionals in Canada. We've got professionals that are part of True Trading Group, but then we also have people that have never traded a stock a day in their life. Okay. We have members here that have never traded a stock a day in their life. Okay. That's why I've broken the courses up in beginner and foundation courses, and then I have advanced courses. They're all included with your membership. You get all of the courses. But if you're a beginner, you've never traded a stock a day in your life, you start with those beginner foundation courses. It holds your hand, walks you through from day one, and then you guys start there and you work your way into the advanced courses. But if you're already an advanced and experienced trader, you can forego the beginner courses and go straight to the advanced courses. All right. And guys, also what I'm going to be doing here tonight. All right, what we're going to be doing here tonight is also, if that wasn't a sweet enough deal for you, because I want to make sure that everyone has the resources and the technology that they need to become a consistently profitable trader. Anyone that signs up here tonight, I understand that the majority of you work full-time jobs and you can't be sitting in front of your computer all day long like I can. So what we're going to do here tonight is anyone that signs up here tonight by midnight is going to get included with their membership a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD. Yes, a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD, and we are going to cover the shipping because I want to make sure, guys, this is a great tool to help you guys stay connected on the go and trade on the go while you guys learn. Because to trade, we have a mobile app. Okay, you can download our mobile app on iPhone, Android, tablet, whatever. You can download our mobile app and still be able to be in chat, see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, and through the app, you get push notifications whenever a moderator enters or exits a trade. So when you guys sign up tonight, I'm going to include with your membership not only the 44% discount, not only the chance to join us on the Red to Green workshop tomorrow, but we are also going to give you guys a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD to make sure that you are able to, whether you're at work, you're in a meeting, you're on a conference call, you're at your kid's soccer game, whatever it is, you have the equipment necessary to help you follow along with what it is that we're trading and be able to participate and follow along and place those trades on that Amazon Kindle Fire. Okay, it's a great tool for you guys to trade on the go, and that is something that we are going to be including for free tonight when you guys signed up with coupon code TTG1120. All right. We are also pretty close, guys, to our next Tesla giveaway. All right. We're also almost halfway there to our next Tesla giveaway. For those of you that do not know, in Two Trading Group, every time we get 300 new members, we raffle off a Tesla. If the winner does not want the Tesla, the other prize would be $30,000. If you don't want the Tesla, you can take the $30,000 cash. We are about halfway there. We're almost halfway there. I got to go back and check the exact numbers. But for the first 300 people that use coupon code THD1120, they are included in that raffle for that Tesla. All you have to do is be a member, and you're automatically included in that raffle. All right. But if you are the 301st person to use that coupon code, you will not be included in that raffle. You'll have to wait till the next one, which would be maybe a month from now. Okay. So again, anyone that signs up with coupon code THD1120, not only are you guys going to be able to join me tomorrow in that Red Screen workshop, not only are you going to get a 44% discount, you're going to get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD, and you're going to get your name included in the Tesla or $30,000 raffle giveaway. All right. That is for tonight before midnight, guys, before the price of a membership goes up. Remember, a membership is usually $2,048. You can get it here tonight for only $1,132. All right. So that is it. That's it, guys. All right. That's it. Good stuff here tonight, guys. Great job on this live stream. Great job. Congratulations to those of you that capitalized on that GTEC trade. It was an absolute thing of beauty. Congratulations to those of you that had. We had a lot of members in chat today that had banner days, biggest days ever, or biggest single trade ever. Congratulations. Those of you know who you are. We're going to come back in here tomorrow, ready to kick some ass and take some names. I think small caps are starting to heat themselves back up. We'll see what ones are gapping up for us tomorrow, and we'll look to capitalize on those. And just keep this and just ride this momentum, baby. Just gonna ride this momentum, guys. Don't forget tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, the Red to Green workshop. If you guys are struggling and you guys are still red, make sure you join me on that workshop. It's for full-time THD members only. If you guys want to join us, if you're not a member yet, use coupon code THD1120. Otherwise, you guys can sign up for a 7-day trial. You will not be able to join me on that workshop, but you will be able to try Two Trading Group out for 7 days for just $3. Go to TTGTHREE.com. All right. That is it, guys. Thank you for joining me here tonight. You guys are the best. If you have not done so already, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these live streams. I'm always doing Q&As. I'm always giving you guys golden nuggets of information that can help you guys become better traders. And of course, smash that like button. All right. Have a great night, guys. Love you all. Thanks for joining me here tonight. I'll see you guys.